Most people believe learning English takes years, endless grammar books, boring lessons, and painful memorization. But what if that belief is completely wrong? What if you could learn English faster, easier, and actually enjoy the process? The truth is, most learners get stuck not because English is hard, but because their method is. They study English, but never live it. They memorize words, but never use them. That's why they feel stuck, frustrated, and lose confidence. In this video, I'll show you the real key, the mindset and simple habits that helped people go from slow learners to confident speakers. No magic. No complicated theory. Just real results, step by step. Because when you learn the right way, English becomes natural and fun and fast. So stay with me till the end, because you're about to unlock your English potential. I'm Peter, and this is English Unlocked, where English stops being a subject and becomes your superpower. Hit subscribe now, and let's unlock your English together. When I was young, I had nothing. No money, no good school, not even a real English teacher. But I had one thing that changed everything. A dream. You see, the first step to learning English fast is not grammar, not vocabulary, it's belief. If you believe you can't do it, you're right. But if you believe you can, then the game changes. Many people say, "My English is bad. I'm too old. I started too late." That's just a story you tell yourself. And the more you repeat that story, the more you believe it. But here's the truth. English doesn't care about your age, your accent, or your past. It only cares about one thing, your effort today. I remember standing outside a hotel, talking to tourists just to practice. Was I scared? Absolutely. But every hello, every small mistake, every laugh, it built my confidence. It made me fall in love with English. So, before you open another textbook, stop and ask yourself, do I really believe I can do this? Because if your heart says yes, your mouth will follow. Do you know why some people learn English so fast while others give up after a few weeks? It's not about talent. It's about love. If you don't love English, you will always fight with it. You'll say, "It's too hard, I don't have time, my pronunciation is bad." But when you love it, when you enjoy it, learning becomes natural. Think about the things you love. A song, a movie, a hobby, you never feel tired of them, right? Because love gives energy. It gives meaning. When I first started learning English, I listened to English songs every day. I didn't understand all the words, but I felt something, emotion, rhythm, connection. And slowly, my ears opened, my heart opened, and my English followed. So don't force yourself to study. Find ways to fall in love. Watch what you enjoy. Listen to voices that inspire you. Learn words that touch your life. Because when you love the language, it starts to love you back. And that's when real progress begins. You can study English for years, but if you never use it, you'll never truly learn it. Language lives in communication, not in books, not in tests, but in people. I've seen students who know hundreds of words but can't hold a simple conversation. Because they're afraid. Afraid of mistakes, afraid of judgment, afraid of sounding silly. But let me tell you something powerful. communication is not about perfection. It's about connection. If you can make someone understand your idea, even with broken grammar, you win. When I was learning, I talked to anyone who would listen. Sometimes I made 10 mistakes in one sentence, and that was okay. Because every mistake was a step forward, a lesson learned. So speak. Speak when you're ready, and speak when you're not. Listen to others. Reply, react, ask questions. That's how language grows, like a muscle you train every day. Remember this. The more you speak, the more you learn. The more you hide, the more you forget. So open your mouth even if your voice shakes, because courage is the sound of learning. Have you ever noticed how slow your English feels when you keep translating every word in your head? You hear something you think in your language, then you try to change it into English, and by the time you speak, the moment is gone. That's the trap. You're not speaking English, you're translating it. If you want to speak fast and natural, you must start thinking in English. Not later, not someday, but from today. Start small. When you see water, say water, not the word in your native language. When you're hungry, say to yourself, I'm hungry. It's simple, but it trains your brain to think differently. At first, it feels strange, even uncomfortable. But remember, your brain is powerful. It learns what you repeat. The more you think in English, the less you'll need to translate. I used to walk around my city describing things in English. The people, the sky, the food. And slowly, my brain stopped switching languages. That's when fluency began to feel real. So stop translating. Start thinking. Live in English, even inside your mind. Because once your thoughts change, your words will follow. Let's be honest, studying English from textbooks all day can feel boring. Your brain gets tired, your motivation disappears, and soon you stop. But what if learning could feel like fun? What if you could improve your English without even realizing you're studying? That's what happens when you learn through entertainment. Movies, songs, podcasts, YouTube videos, they're not just for fun, they're powerful teachers. When you watch your favorite show in English, you don't just learn words. You learn emotion, tone, real-life expression. When you sing along to a song, your pronunciation gets smoother, your memory stronger. I remember watching Friends every night. At first, I laughed because it was funny. Later, I realized I was repeating phrases, feeling the rhythm of real conversation. That's when English started living inside me. So don't force learning. Play with it. Laugh with it. Let English become part of your joy, not your stress. Because when your heart is happy, your brain learns faster, every single time. Let me tell you something many learners don't want to hear. You will make mistakes. And that's okay. Because mistakes are not your enemy. Fears. Every time you stay silent because you're afraid to be wrong, you lose a chance to grow. But every time you speak, even with errors, you move one step closer to fluency. When I first practiced speaking, I said things like, "He go to school yesterday." People laughed. I laughed too. Then I corrected myself. "He went to school yesterday." And that moment, that tiny mistake, taught me more than 100 grammar exercises. So don't hide behind perfection. Perfection kills progress. Children learn by trying, falling, and trying again. Why should adults be different? Every mistake you make is proof that you are learning something new. Be brave. Be loud. Be proud of your mistakes. They are your teachers. Remember this. Confidence is not speaking perfectly. Confidence is speaking even when you're not perfect. Fluency doesn't come from studying more. It comes from living in English. You can't learn to swim by reading about swimming. You have to jump into the water. The same goes for English. You must surround yourself with it every single day. Change your phone to English. Watch YouTube in English. Think, dream, even complain in English. Make it your daily environment, not just a subject in your notebook. When I was learning, I made a rule: no day without English. Even if it was just 10 minutes. A video, a podcast, a short conversation. And you know what happened? Those 10 minutes built a habit. That habit built my fluency. Don't wait for the perfect time to practice. Make time. Because consistency beats intensity, always. 5 minutes today is better than 2 hours someday. Do a little, but do it every day. Immerse yourself. Live in the sound of the language. Because the more English you hear, the more English you'll become. Many people ask me, how can I stay motivated to learn English? And my answer is always simple: make it personal. Don't study English because someone told you to. Study it because it connects to something you love. If you love music, learn through lyrics. If you love football, watch interviews with players. If you love business, read success stories in English. When you mix English with passion, learning stops being work. It becomes joy. And remember this: small goals matter. You don't climb a mountain in one jump. You climb it step by step. Set goals like learn 10 new words today, or watch one short video in English. Every small win builds confidence. I used to reward myself for progress. A coffee after practice, a movie after a week of study. And that kept me going. So don't chase perfection. Chase progress. Because every word you learn, every sentence you say, is proof that you're moving forward. And one day, without even noticing, you'll realize you're speaking English with confidence and joy. The truth is, learning English fast is not about secrets or shortcuts. It's about mindset. Many people want quick results. They ask, how can I speak fluently in 1 month? But real fluency doesn't come from speed. It comes from consistency. When you study a little every day, when you stay curious, when you refuse to give up, that's when magic happens. Because learning a language is not a race. It's a journey. And every word, every mistake, every small success is part of that journey. I've seen learners who started slowly, shy, unsure, but they kept going. And one day, their fear disappeared. They spoke freely, naturally, not perfectly, but confidently. So don't chase fast results. Chase the habit. Don't chase perfection. Chase courage. If you keep showing up, English will open for you, like a door that was waiting all along. Remember this. You don't need to be the fastest. You just need to never stop walking. So, before we finish, Let me share 2 simple but powerful tips to remember from today's story. First, love the language because passion makes learning effortless. Second, use it every day, even in small ways, because consistency builds confidence. If today's message inspired you, don't forget to subscribe and join our community here at English Unlocked. Thank you for watching, thank you for learning, and I'll see you in the next episode.